Hello and welcome to the Alumni Mentor Program's Mentee training. I'm Grant Langdon, Assistant Director of Career Services. And have you ever wondered how people get jobs when they don't have experience? Well, internships is a really good answer, but it's not the only one. And have you ever heard the saying, it's not what you know, but who you know? Well, that's not exactly true. It's more who knows what you can do. And so that requires you to both do good quality work and have people who know about it. And a great way to do that is through a mentor who can challenge you to build your skills and build your quality of work. And they're going to have connections and be out there so other people can know about the quality of work that you do. So today we're going to talk about how to get the most out of your alumni mentor. So let's get started. All right, so this program is meant to connect you with an alumni that's in a similar career as you, and then so that you can understand their journey and also receive some recommendations on what you can do to help progress towards your career. And this happens through virtual meetings over a period of time based on what you need. And so it's gonna be just at least one meeting, but it could be more than one. It could be a monthly checkup, once a semester, every now and then when you need some advice. It's up to you to decide what this is gonna look like. All right, so how do you proceed from here? Well, I'm gonna be sending an email that'll introduce the two of you. And you can respond to that email introducing yourself, what your major is, and why you chose that major, tying in your past into what your future career hopefully could be. And don't forget about your ABCs, and that's always be courteous, curious, and courageous. And yes, I just made that up. So thank them every step of the way. All right, so what's that first meeting gonna look like? Well, it's gonna be introducing yourself more, talking about your background and asking about theirs, being curious, and ask about their career goals and how they've progressed through them. And then talk about your career goals and where you're at right now. And then you can start talking about how this mentorship can help you progress towards your career goals. You can ask, are there some specific skills that you're gonna need that they've developed somehow? And you can ask them, how did they develop those skills? Maybe there's a technology that you're gonna need to know how to use. You can ask, how did they learn that? Were there some projects that they did that really helped them do that? And maybe there's a project they're currently working on that you could help them with that could give you some experience. And maybe there's a company or an internship that they'd recommend you working for. And always being courteous, ask how you can help them with something. They are spending a lot of time to be a free resource for you. And be courteous, curious, and courageous, and try something new. And before you end this meeting, you gotta ask, when should we meet again? Should it be at the end of the month, or is there something that you need to learn, and then they'll check up after that time period? So just make sure you put something on the calendar before that first meeting's over so you can meet them again. And of course, thank them every step of the way. So what do those following meetings look like? Well, they're checking in on the progress towards your career goals. And maybe there's a specific question that you want to ask that you couldn't ask in an email. And in the end, you want to show progress based on what they recommend and do what you say you're going to do. That's really important. And that's going to be what helps build this mentoring relationship over time. All right, so what gets in the way? So the most common issue with any relationship is unclear or miscommunicated expectations. So what you're going to want to do is make sure yours are defined and you communicate those in that first meeting, and ask what the mentor expects from you, and make sure that you ask for recommendations for what the next step should be for them, and then make progress towards those goals every time you meet so that you can show that you're taking initiative, and you can then follow up and say, yeah, I did that. But it may happen where your mentor stops communicating with you at some point. And if that happens, assume it's not you. They're really busy, they've got a lot of stuff going on. So what you can do after a couple emails or so is try a richer format. So go to a text message or even a phone call, and you're going to proceed with curiosity and being courteous, your ABCs. And do that carefully without being a stalker, So the other thing is make time to meet with your mentor. Having a mentor like this is really a blank check, and it's up to you to cash it though. It's not their responsibility to check in with you. Like this is your game, the ball's in your court. Check in with your mentor and make sure that you are doing the most with them. So you're going to be initiating the meetings and making sure to integrate those meetings within their time and their availability. All right, so you're going to want to be ready for a challenge, because a part of this mentor relationship is progressing towards your career goals, and that inherently is supposed to be challenging. And know that rising to those challenges shows the kind of person you are and the quality of work that you do. And that makes your mentor relationship really the best form of an interview. Because if you're doing good stuff and your mentor is impressed with your work, they're much more likely to recommend you to a colleague or an experience that can really kickstart your career. And if you really want to show that you want to improve, ask for honest feedback along the way. Because you know why you wanted this alumni mentor. So it's time to cash that check. All right, know that over the course of the next 6 months and year, I'm going to be checking in periodically through email to see how this whole mentor thing is going, and see if there's any way that I or Career Services can help you along your career journey. And just know that I'm always here to help, especially if it comes to something with your mentor, if there's any issues that come up. I'm so excited to hear how this mentor relationship goes with you, and know that you're always welcome in Career Services. And I hope to hear from you soon. Special thanks to Senna for her contributions to this video, and to our cat Ivy.